Is Denis Cyplenkov the most overrated arm wrestler of all times? Let's find out. Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Pradeep from Armwrestling News and this is Armwrestling Q&A part 13. And that was a question from one of the Armwrestling fans. That's not my opinion. So please do not dislike the video already. So the first question. World level पर arm wrestling में कितना पैसा है? How much money there is in arm wrestling at world level? So I'm assuming that you are talking about the top guys like Devon, Denis, Levan. So I used to discuss these topics with Engin Terzi about a year and a half ago, and obviously he has increased their payments by at least twice in the last 2 years, so it's not relevant anymore. But Engin did publicly talk about Devon Larrett's salary for the Levan Saginashvili match. Engin said that he is offering Devon, and that's public knowledge. I cannot speak here what Engin told me privately. Publicly, Engin said that he was offering Devon $20,000 to pull Evgeny Prudnik. That was a little bit less than half of what he got to pull Levan. So to pull Levan, he got maybe 43, 44K, maybe 45K. That was his highest arm wrestling payment till then. And after that, I think it has been surpassed in the Hermes Gasparini match, maybe even in the Gennady match. It could have been close, and for sure in the Denis Cyplenkov match. Now Devon is the above $50,000 arm wrestler. And if you're talking about maybe making a career from arm wrestling, then YouTube is also good if you earn in dollar and spend in a weaker currency like Indian National Rupee or some other currency. Then YouTubers can also make a full-time living, full-time career from arm wrestling very easily. Other top guys, John Brzenk, I would assume maybe somewhere around $15,000 to $20,000 at max, 20K maybe. So that would be my assumption, and you can just guess by yourself for the rest of the arm wrestlers. Fusion arm wrestler battle, who wins? Devon Cyplenkov or Levan Brzenk, all in their primes? Yeah, good that you added all in their primes. I would have done that myself as well if you didn't add it here, because only then it would make sense. So Devon Cyplenkov, both got a king's move. Cyplenkov got the arm, maybe the hand as well. Devon got the hand, the riser, everything. And Levan Brzenk, hand once again from Levan, versatility from John, speed from both of them. Both are kind of quick. Transitions from John. I think it's a good match, but I would go with Devon Cyplenkov because in that king's move, Devon's hand is going to take the load and Cyplenkov's arm is going to bear the load. And that king's move is not going to stick somewhere there. It will stick here because of the strength of these two. And after that, I think Levan and Brzenk will not be strong enough to finish that kind of king's move. I don't think John can finish that kind of king's move, or anyone else for that matter. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate Russell Peters for his Indian jokes? Yeah, I don't hate him. And if jokes can make me hate someone, then I've failed as a human being. So no, I don't hate him. I may not like someone if he's being repetitive just for one reason. If he just has that one thing and he repeats it again and again, that can be the case for me where I don't like someone. Who wins? Pradeep Goat versus the Arm Wrestling Whisperer. Arm Wrestling Whisperer had a really close, friendly match with Gabriela Vasconcelos, who is like the best female arm wrestler in the world behind Barbora. If we talk about tournaments, she's still the GOAT. She's still unbeatable. So he's at that level. Gabriela is twice as strong as me. So no, that match is not close at all. Not close at all. Arm Wrestling Whisperer is good. Which watches do you wear on stream? Wear, I think I pronounced it incorrectly. So that's a limited edition Rolex. What? You guys are expecting me to say I'm just kidding? Well, to your knowledge, I'm not kidding. That's true. Well, actually, I am kidding. That's a Carlos Philip, and my brother bought it for 5,000 Indian rupees, something like that, maybe 3-4 years ago. So that's what I'm wearing. Divided by 80 to get dollars. Devon now versus Devon 20 years ago. Devon now, for sure. Both arms. Devon 20 years ago was not as strong. He didn't have a king's move. His arm wrestling fundamentals were not that clear. He wasn't the best in the world or the best in USA. Maybe he was the best in Canada, but I think Mike Gould would have been beating him by then as well. So no, that's a clear answer. Do you think Denis match hype will be bigger than Levan? Unfortunately, I don't think so. I mean, the hype for that match is difficult to beat. That match was already being talked about for more than a year. First Michael Todd versus Levan, then Devon versus Levan. That match was supposed to happen in 2021. So for more than 1 year, Everyone hyped that match up. We YouTubers had one job to do. Talk about Devon versus Levan, grow your channel, become rich. If some poor fellows like me tried to go against the algorithm, against the wish of the fans, we got punished. I was probably one of the few YouTubers who was uploading other stuff as well during that time. And all of those videos didn't get any views. So everyone, especially Ryan Bowen, just killed it on YouTube when it was around Devon versus Levan. YouTube had one simple rule at that time in arm wrestling community. Devon, Levan, king of the table. At first it was arm bets, not arm bets, PAL as well. King, not what was the name? I even forgot the name of the PL super matches. Top 8, yeah, top 8. So this Denis match, I don't think. I think that the hype for that match is really difficult to beat. And what else is difficult to beat? The 40,000 plus pay-per-views that they were able to sell. Maybe this can get close, but the hype will not be close. Why? Yeah, who do? Okay, it's why. Why do more Indian arm wrestlers like Shivajit, Mazahir, Tawheed and Rahul compete in championships like Kyle did this time? Why don't? Okay, you meant to say why don't they compete? Got it. It's not feasible for them to compete there, because if you're in India and you want to travel abroad, if the flights are long, if it's a connecting flight or stuff like that, one side, just traveling one side is going to cost you 1 month's salary. Then coming back 2 months, then probably staying there, spending money. If you don't find sponsors, then you're probably going to spend your 3 months salary trying to go to other countries. So that's why Indians don't compete. And the second reason is that they don't have any reason to compete unless they dominate everyone in India. And once they dominate everyone in India, then they should start going up to heavier categories to find good competition. Only then they will be ready to represent the world level. Indian arm wrestlers who can potentially give tough fight to the world according to you. So let's go to the previous question for that. Shivajit Janardhanan, 21 years old, constantly beating Rahul Panekar back to back, who finished 7th at Worlds 2021. So Shivajit's hand looks almost untop rollable. Like the best top roller in India, Rahul Panekar runs away from his top roll. He gets sucked in and he somehow manages to beat him a few times in a hook, but Shivajit's hand is just simply insane. Mazahir, no way near world level, but Shivajit can for sure do some damage at the youth if he decides to compete. He can potentially be a contender for the podium there. Tawheed and Rahul, okay, Sheikh Tawheed and Rahul. Sheikh Tawheed has not competed internationally. He's really good around that 80-85 kilos mark. Rahul Panekar we have seen a few times. Next up, is 2018 Denis arguably the most overrated arm wrestler of all time? Why does the community rank him so highly for that year? His most notable achievement was beating Devon on the left arm, and that's not impressive. Then he went on to say, so what were his achievements? Bro, that man was not beatable. You know what Devon said after losing to Cyplenkov? That the strength gap was probably 30%. That's how much strength Devon felt that way. Andre Pushkar was the only one who got like 4 kind of surprise quick top roll pins without the strap over Denis Cyplenkov. 4 in like 14 years. Then that's it. Other than that, that guy was not pinned. Yes, he was not natural, so he was not competing in WAF where Levan was competing, but nobody dared to challenge him in Zloty. Nobody. Like, that man was untouchable. When Oleg Zok tried to arm wrestle him, and that Oleg Zok was like beating Pushkar. When he tried to arm wrestle Denis, his hand simply got buried under Denis Cyplenkov's arm. Well, that Oleg was not beating Pushkar. It took him a few more years to beat Pushkar, but you get the point. So if we held 2018 Denis to standards, I think he's the GOAT. Left-handed GOAT, I'm going to go with Denis Cyplenkov. Some people say Levan, maybe Travis, but I think Denis may beat both of them. Do you think that Devon's riser is stronger than ermes back pressure? I think we kind of saw that. Is technically riser important than back pressure? Well, I cannot answer that question, but Ermes can. Now he's training the riser more. So yeah, that kind of answers your question. Thanks to Ermes Gasparini. Maybe he read this comment. Can you make a video about Legacy Hammer, the story from how it started to till date, both left and right? So thank you, sir, for asking this question. That kind of gave me an idea. It was in my mind. Then Devon Lett started talking about the Legacy Hammer thing. So I have already made a video about that. If you have not checked that video out, please click here. Thanks for watching. Like the video and subscribe.